I'm Alicia.
And I'm Meredith.
And this is Summer is Fun in Martha's Vineyard, a Summer House Martha's Vineyard podcast. We're on season 1, episode 3, and this one really got my blood boiling. I cannot wait to talk about it.
We love a good fight. So
this is great. This is amazing.
This is a good fight, in my opinion.
Okay, before we get into it, though, we have someone new joining our team. We have Sarah.
Hello.
Sarah's going to help us with all things, mostly audio, maybe administrative too, because as we all know, I have my issues with posting about stuff. And we're just going to go from lowbrow to medium brow podcast.
From a duo to a trio.
I can only take this to medium brow. Don't expect too much from me.
That's amazing.
That is volumes greater than what we're doing over
It's
here.
highbrow to us.
Oh, all of this is highbrow to my mind.
I love this.
Absolutely.
So much. Okay, check us out on the A&M Podcast Network. We have this podcast. We have It's About the Pasta Vanderpump Rules podcast, and we have One Season Wonders. Please be sure to rate, review, subscribe. Meredith, we have a new review. I forgot what I was going to say. It's a review.
I'm so excited.
So it's 5 stars. It's from Haha Ya Ya Wee Wee. I'm not lying. And it is titled, I downloaded this app to review. And it says, I've been listening to you guys for like a year now, and I love your podcast. I feel bad that I'm listening every day and haven't taken the time to review, so I only downloaded this app, because I listen on Spotify, so I could write an actual review. Okay, Ellie.
I am so grateful for that. I don't understand why Spotify doesn't let you review podcasts. It's so weird to me. But thank you for going the extra mile to leave us a review.
Truly amazing. We love and support you. Also, you're listening to us every day. Wild. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're not worth it, but we'll take it.
But welcome.
Okay, what else? What else do I have to do? Ooh, follow us on Instagram at Vanderpasta. I've been slacking. I'll spice it up. Everyone relax.
It's hard too. We're recording this stuff early. Like, there's not much going on. Everybody's just enjoying reading semi-spoilers. I heard production for a minute went down on some shows because of writer strikes and things like that.
Yes. I also heard that Martha's Vineyard got a season 2, so that's exciting.
Lots happening, but not a lot in the real sense.
No, not really. And then join our Patreon, patreon.com/Vanderpasta. Let me tell you what you can get. For $1 a month, you get access to all of our really fun pre-shows where Meredith and I talk about whatever the hell we want. And now Sarah talks about whatever the hell she wants to.
Yay!
And also you get access to any episodes we record early, including this one. For $2 a month, you get access to everything I just mentioned. Plus, when we go back and we do old seasons to make the actual podcast spoiler free, we do an after show where we talk about Bravo News. Also, we'll say your name on the podcast. So thank you to Brittany, Chris, Danae, Darby, Dee, Dustin, Gabriella, Aisha, Jackie, Jamie, Kirsten, Casey, Kelsey, Chrissy, Lauren, Rebecca, Sarah, Cameron, Tierney, Tonette, Tracy, Emily, Gina, Jennifer H, Jennifer T, Leanne, Robin, Sarah, Summer, Taylor, Tiffany. Wow, there are some new names.
There are.
Why are there always new names? I'm nervous now.
I'm so excited.
Okay. And then for $5 a month, you get access to everything I just mentioned. Plus, when we do live seasons, and kind of now, because I've been asking
this
for
is
your
the gray
thoughts.
area.
I want to hear your thoughts on the episode so we can talk about it, because this is all we think about all day long. And also we'll pick a patron of the episode. So this week's patron of the episode is fucking Sarah, period, because she's joining.
Oh my god. I've never been patron of the episode before.
I love it. Welcome. Hello.
Welcome.
I like that I just hopped right into that into the episode.
I didn't think about this before.
We think about the show all day, not the patron of the episode all day.
She's on the show. Also, we have some thoughts from Martha's Vineyard that I wanted to share from our Patreons.
Let's do it.
Or patrons, whatever, who cares? Anyway, Lauren said she's been enjoying this show. She loves having a non-white cast. Bria was studying and knew how to bring the drama. Preston is awesome. So glad they're getting a season 2. Sarah, no need to be up to date on Summer House and Winter House. They don't overlap at all.
Nope. No, they don't.
Because people are wondering, like, should I finish Summer House before I get into Summer House Martha's Vineyard? The answer is no. This is a totally different show and has nothing to do with the other cast.
I will say we might slip a little bit and talk about present day Summer House things.
Yes.
That's the only thing that intermixes is us. I'll try to not do that.
I mean, we just need it. Okay, everyone?
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, no, just like naturally in my mind, I like compare characters in this show to other ones that we've seen.
Yeah, I mean, I even do it with Vanderpump and Summer House. Like, what are the styles? Who's the like number one guy in the group? Like, all the random things that comes with a reality TV show.
So Chrissy says, I haven't been able to watch the episodes, but I'm happy to listen to you tell me about it. Well, thank you so much, Chrissy. I think we do a bang up job.
And you're getting Alicia's manifest treatment when I tell her about that show.
Yeah, oh my God. Yeah, we'll just tell you, and you just take it as you will. Exactly. And you get all of our opinions. And then Jackie said, we ripped through the whole season, learned so much about the Vineyard historically, which was super interesting. Dustin and I could not stomach Silas. Looking forward to the recaps. Dustin said, and I quote, did you see the girls are doing Martha's Vineyard? We are so in. Plus, we have a wiener dog. Don't hate on Milo. He's number one, Meredith.
I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not sorry. I'm sorry we're not on the same team on this topic. I think it's going to be a troubling season for me to bond with everybody.
Meredith's going to finally learn what it's like to get some hate.
I'm ready for it. Ready, willing, and able.
Great.
And I won't change. So don't write a review about this because nothing will change. I'm 28 years going through this.
I'm going to write a review.
With my sparkling 13-year-old personality.
We love it. Oh, never forget. Never forget. Okay, should we get in the episode?
I'm so excited about this. I hope you know. This
was one of the greatest TV episodes I've ever seen. So, previously on Martha's Vineyard, we took shots. Mariah hates Milo. Amara's smitten with Jordan. Shanice is here for weekends only. Phil came and he's ready to party. Mariah and Bria are beefing over the dog and they got into a fight. It feels like Jasmine's taking Bria's side. Bria's pissed that Mariah exists at this point. Because she's crying the side of the road. Phil took a shit in Nick's bathroom and wouldn't flush it. And then Phil got in a fight with every guy in the house. And then Amir and Phil are squaring up. So that's where we leave off. It's day 4 of 15. It's 12:53 a.m.
You know
Phil
what?
and Amir. What?
I will take back what I said also about the to be continued on Bravo's part. This was worthy of a to be continued. Because the fight continued.
That's true. But you could have just given me a preview of the fight continuing.
This is the one use that actually makes sense.
I still hate him. So the boys separate Phil and Amir. Phil goes to talk to production. Amir says, you got to respect the house. He's very triggered by bullying because he got bullied growing up for being a nerd and being African American and Lebanese. And now he can kick the shit out of a bully. Do we think this was bullying or do we think Phil's just a dick?
No, I don't think this is bullying.
I don't think it's bullying.
I think the term bullying has gotten so out of hand on
Bravo
reality shows.
Specifically.
Yes. Bullying to me is a very long-term thing. It's over something so stupid. It kind of has that element with the house thing, but this is one roommate fight.
Yeah, this is just a fight to me.
But don't you feel like he's just getting bully energy? If Phil were to stay around, he is a bully. Maybe he's not bullying.
Some change in hierarchical dynamic too. I think if two housemates are just fighting, I don't really find it bullying.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I think Phil's a douchebag. I mean, I love him.
I
love him. I want him on my TV every minute of every episode.
I just think Phil's delusional, so it's hard to root for him.
The fact that he sees no shame in shitting in someone's toilet is so gross.
I am so embarrassed to even be talking about this topic. I would never do this.
Yeah, I get it. So the boys aren't feeling Phil. Amir is ready to handle business. Preston and Alex say Phil has to leave or they will.
I was shocked they went this far.
This was a big jump.
Yes.
Right? I'm not like delusional thinking like that's crazy.
When everybody is upset with one person, I get how you will eventually get there, but I thought it's been like 30 minutes since the fight happened. The fact that we're already here is insane to me.
That's great. We haven't cooled down. Like, let's cool down, and
we
then
went out tonight. We're home. Like, what time did you say it is? Like, it's late.
Yeah. So the girls don't even know what the fuck happened. Jordan's never met Phil before and wants him to feel welcomed because she wants the fun single, energy.
Yeah.
So she talks to Phil and she's like trying to figure out what's going on. And Phil's like, I took a shit in Nick's toilet and it's all Bria and Milo's fault.
The way he won't take any accountability for his own actions in this is insane to me.
And Phil's just like being honestly, he's not taking it seriously and he's just being a clown.
No, I think he really feels this way.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he thinks it's serious. Like, to him, no feelings are hurt.
I think his feelings are hurt, and he thinks he's the victim here.
Yeah, because Bria didn't put a note on the door.
Bria didn't put the sticky note on the fucking door.
Yeah. So, Shanice is here now. Jordan says Phil's being rude, and then Phil calls her cute. So Jordan starts going off on Phil because he's rude as hell, and Phil says he's gonna shit in her toilet.
I was like, I don't think he realizes how bad of a situation he's in right now, or I don't think he'd be acting this way.
That was so funny. So funny.
I would watch that one clip of Jordan being like, oh my God, Phil thinks I'm cute. I would watch that on repeat for the rest of my life.
Funny.
I love her so much. That was so incredible.
She went off. Like, she's pissed. Yes. She rages. She's about to kill Phil.
I was like kind of confused how hard she went though. I was like, did he say something in between that really triggered her?
I think so.
Because she went from
something might have gotten cut out.
Okay, yeah. I thought so too.
I agree. I think it did go 0 to 100 again, but the guys just went 0 to 100 with like wanting to kick him out. So like, what's going on here? Everybody's mad at Phil is all I know.
I think Phil's energy is rubbing them the wrong way because these people, from what I can tell, are very big on like respect and being like upheld to high standards. And Phil shows up and he's like, I just shit in someone's toilet and
they also don't have the rapport with him to get into a fight and resolve it. Like if Lindsay and Paige on normal Summer House get into a fight, like they've spent summers together and can repair that because they know each other and can have a conversation. Phil doesn't know. I realized after like a little bit down the line in this episode,
people.
Phil does not know anybody. Like people are like, oh, I talked to him on the phone once. That's it.
Yeah.
Does he even know those two people though? Because like, even Bria, she's like, he took me under his wing. When? Like I need more context of why he's here at all. Yeah.
I got more confused on who the hell he knows because I didn't think Bria was his person.
Bria is his connection to the house. That's the closest thing he has to a friend.
Because they went out one night and it was really
in Atlanta.
Fun. And that's why he's on
in
the
Atlanta.
show.
My other thing, though, is, do you think that Bravo was just like, we need really fun friends, and Bria's like, Phil would be great TV? Because Phil is really good TV.
Yeah, how the hell did this thing get cast?
Like, do you think that they were just like, we need someone with really good TV presence, and Bria was like, Phil? It's got to be Phil.
I think they probably asked, like, every person. Like, obviously, Silas and Jasmine, you know, like, again, we went through the, like, tree of these people and how they all know each other. And I think it was like, hey, do you have any friends? They would probably constantly ask the next person, do you have any friends? Do you have any fun friends that would, like, love to be in a house together? And Bria was probably like, I know the guy.
I know Phil.
I know Phil.
Phil is good TV, though. For, like... He doesn't last long, but I love him.
I could see Phil being great, but this is his downfall. Like, you've got to know when to not. You're living in a house with these people. Just because it's a show doesn't mean you can do the most.
That's true. I agree that he should have known, but I wish there was a rule that you can't vote people out because Phil's going to bring the drama.
Let's move on to that because I have some opinions about that whole situation.
So we have a house meeting for everyone to vote out Phil. So Phil's in timeout though with production. So the house meeting
security production. That I think is one of my favorite parts of this episode is him, like them with the arrow saying timeout. Like timeout. The editors
is awesome.
Mwah, chef's kiss on this episode.
So Silas tries to do a talking football, and Nick's like, no, we're fucking adults. We don't need that talking football.
I loved that.
I hate Silas so much.
Funny. So, I mean, I get why, because you think this is going to be like a heated discussion. But like, I love someone shutting Silas down. We're fucking adults.
We're fucking adults. So then Mariah walks into the kitchen where Phil is in timeout, and she's like, hey, what's up? She has no idea this is happening. No idea that there's a house meeting happening.
I didn't know she was missing.
But like, also, she should be in the house meeting, right?
Yes. I was like, right? I would be offended if this is a house meeting is going on and you don't even come get me.
I agree. She's like making a sandwich.
Yes.
And they're like fully talking about house things that she's paid for in this house.
No one notices. I don't know. Maybe people do notice, but they don't show it on camera that anyone notices that she's missing. Yeah. This is my worst fear, is my friends to completely forget about me.
My friends hanging out without me. So everyone votes to get rid of Phil. And then Bria's like, they're all like, okay, whoever brought him in's got to have a conversation. So that's Bria. And Bria's like, you know what? I'm ready to go home. And everyone's like, what are you talking about? And she's like, I'm pissed that Mariah and I got into it and she threw hands. So now they're talking about this Mariah issue.
I love that Bria's like, I can't believe people have moved on and are still not upset that I got into it with Mariah. And it's
Can
like,
you guys believe she pushed me? I'm over it.
How are we sitting at that bar tonight and no one cared?
That was so funny. So then Bria's like, Mariah needs to leave. And I was like, what the hell? This went from Phil, I understand in a sense that he's volatile and like will not take any accountability for his actions.
So many people.
Everyone, right? Mm-hmm. Mariah fought with one person. They're all now voting her out without talking to her about literally anything.
Mariah thinks this is squashed.
Yeah, she has no idea that this is an issue.
That would blindside me like no other.
Same. I understand why people were like, justice for Mariah now.
I didn't think this is what they meant.
I didn't think it was this, but
I'm so angry.
I got so mad.
I'm like, pack up the production crew. We're going with Mariah. We're not going with these people.
Who get what? And then Jasmine is like, I didn't really see Mariah throw hands, but I guess now I got to kick her out. And I was like, stick up for your friend and be like, let's talk to her first. Like I didn't see her throw hands. Let's talk about it.
Jasmine is the worst friend ever.
She's horrible.
Because she should have been like, I don't think we should have this conversation without her being aware. Like, Phil knows they're all having this conversation.
Yes.
Mariah has no idea what's going on right now.
No.
How does Mariah not realize that, like, no one's around, though? I'm so confused that she's just wandering through an empty house being like,
she's in that, pool house
She's in the pool house. She's only in the kitchen with Phil, who she has eyes for. So I think she's like... And production's around, so she's probably like, I don't know. She
probably thinks like, oh, we're not really filming, or like maybe people are getting ready for bed.
Silas and Jasmine are having sex right now. Like the other girls are in the hot tub or something. Like she's chilling.
She's Mariah.
She's probably drunk or something, you know?
She did her little moon mask thing and is like, I'll go get a sandwich.
Yes. So, house meeting over. Phil and Mariah are being kicked out.
Bye, bitches.
Wow. It moves so fast. So Bria calls Phil over and Bria's like, yo, you gotta go home. And Phil's like, this is your fucking fault. Which was
I'm like, that's your last friend in this house and you're about to burn her too?
I couldn't take him seriously, especially with production and security escorting him out. But
the car comes in so quick.
The best part is he did not throw hands or like it didn't even seem like he was gonna really get physical. It just seemed like he was squaring up and production's like, all of security immediately this could turn bad, and I think it's just because Phil's like a loose cannon, like he's just kind of like whatever. But I thought it was so funny.
You know what I think they missed out is I wanted a Bachelor style camera in the car. Like I want a little truth booth of Phil leaving the house,
crying in the back seat of the car for sure.
I just really appreciate a house that's like, we hate this guy, let's get rid of him. Like, that's literally all it took for Phil. There was no, like, huge fight. It just was like, we get bad vibes. We don't want him around for a while.
Yeah, it was amazing.
I respect it.
Yeah, it was great.
Very efficient.
Jasmine feels really sick because she has to tell Mariah that she has to leave. So, they sit down. They talk about how, Mariah and Bria shouldn't have gotten into each other's spaces. And everyone is saying that Mariah touched Bria. And Mariah's like, no, I didn't. And Jasmine's like, okay, maybe you didn't, but Bria said you gotta go. And as the host, I have to make sure everyone feels safe. So you're
Again,
gone.
Bad friend. Like, good friends would have said something. So then whenever it all happened anyways, you could say, I tried to defend you, but everybody, like, I'm one vote.
Nope.
Nope, nothing. Just okay, like, well, see ya. You may not have touched her, but you're still gone.
And then Mariah is like so shocked that Jasmine is comfortable with having conversations about her without her there, which I think is fully fair. Like, Mariah didn't even realize she like pushed Bria, because I really think it looked like she took the dog stuff and just like threw it at Bria.
She like forcefully gave it.
She forcefully gave it to her.
And even in like the clip they show, it doesn't even look like she's pushing her. It just looks like she's putting it on her chest.
Yeah, shoving it into her. Yeah. But like,
it's very strange.
I don't think it was I'm trying to hurt you. I think it was take this and get it out of my face.
It was get your dog shit and get it out of my dryer.
Yeah.
And the way the rest of the house, like Silas was like, oh, if anyone assaults somebody else, let's get out of the house. It's like, that is a good rule, but this was not an assault. Come on, calm down, people.
Yeah, Mariah stays. Mariah didn't break the rule.
Yeah, this was wild. So Mariah's kind of like, whatever, I'm going to go home to my son. And then on a lighter note, Shanice really wants to fuck Amir, and she tells Preston that. And then she goes in the bathroom, and Amir is knocking on the bathroom door, and she answers topless, and she kind of has a full conversation with Preston and Amir.
Like, she is just in like underwear.
She's in a thong.
Yeah.
This made me so uncomfortable. I hated this so much.
I'm not a person who will ever do this, even if it's girls. Like, I
won't do it.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, I would.
Let me get ready for bed alone.
I truthfully was like, she is so drunk. There's no way she's not fucking hammered.
I think this is just who she is. I think this is her move.
Oh.
I think she's like, oh, he's just going to join me after this, and it's going to be cute and fun.
Oh, I didn't think
that's what I thought she was doing.
But I think she was like, oh, so sorry. Like, I opened the door. It was like the coy, like, oh, I didn't mean to do that. But it's like, girly, you opened the door knowing somebody's out there, and you're so happy it's like these two guys, and she's like standing in Preston's room.
And then followed him into the room, not just opened the door. She's like, I'm going to continue to walk and continue this conversation.
And she kept saying, so sorry. Like, and it's like, you're not like halfway, like peeking out the bathroom door. Like,
she didn't even just say like, so sorry. She fully stood there and was like, so sorry. I'll be out in like maybe 45 minutes, 10 minutes. I don't really know.
Has a whole conversation with them.
It's me and my topless.
This was purposeful.
If you want to join me, it's fine.
Yes.
I think that's literally what she was going for.
Yep.
And it just really, really backfired.
So she goes back in the bathroom, and Amir looks at the camera and is like, did you guys see that? And the producers nod the camera up and down.
Incredible. Yep. This is the breaking the fourth wall I want. Like, talk to the cameras, get a little nod from it.
So then Amir says he has a crush on Jordan, and he wants to focus on that. And the worst thing he could do is hook up with one of Jordan's friends. Which is true.
So
smart on Amir.
I feel like we don't expect men to behave like this anymore. Like, this is what you should do. If you're really into someone, put your energy into that person.
Yep, 100%. So now it's day 5 of 15, 7:33 a.m. Nick asks a mystery girl to FaceTime later, and then he goes for a run. Alex does yoga, and they have like really horrible angles of him doing yoga. I would be so mad if I were Alex.
They're like trolling him so hard with this episode. It's so sad.
It was bad. So then Mariah is packing. Amir goes to check on her because he doesn't think Mariah should be forced out. And I was like, why didn't you see something?
Alicia, I thought the same thing. I'm like, wow, it's funny how we have these opinions after the vote.
Yeah, he should have been
also,
like...
thank God they let her spend the night. She was like fully unpacked.
I think it helped that she's in the pool house and she wasn't being like volatile at the moment.
Yeah.
She was just like, can I go back to sleep now?
Yeah.
Okay, so then Mariah cries in his arms, and then I got really sad because I don't think she should leave either, but I'm not in the house.
This makes me dislike this show, but I'm gonna continue on. But I'm like,
it just made me sad.
I'm ready to join the picket line to bring back Mariah.
Justice for Mariah. Okay, so Simon calls Bria. Bria's really embarrassed for bringing Phil, as she should be. Jasmine goes to check on Mariah. Mariah's crying again, but Mariah says it seems like a blessing to leave because now she can just mourn the friendships because they didn't talk to her about it before siding with Bria, and they've forgotten who she truly is.
This would make me rethink some friendships if people.
I think she just had a bad moment, you know?
I agree.
I would have this moment. I can totally see myself being Mariah.
This I didn't like, though. I don't like her being like, they forgot who I am, when it's like, if you're pushed to this limit so quickly by dog stuff being in the laundry, like, this is who you are, and you need to accept that about yourself.
That is true.
You know, like, she's a zen chill person all the time. And like, she thinks that she is.
Yeah.
It is like day 4.
Yeah, right. She just hates this dog a lot.
Listen, as the resident dislike dogs on this panel, I wouldn't even do this. I would be upset and I would bitch to everyone in the house about this, but would not get in an argument. Unless it's my family. Like, definitely would get into an argument with them. But you're past those boundaries.
Are you fighting Bria?
I mean, I would just, I would be a little bit more strategic about it, and I would make it
true.
Bria's a terrible person.
That's true. So then Shanice calls Phil, and she's like, hey, you need to apologize to everyone. And I was like, are they going to let Phil back in the house if he apologizes and not Mariah?
I love Shanice just being like, he was good TV. Let's like see if we can get a little bit more out of him.
That's all the pie. She's like, hey, on
I like
phone.
her.
She's like, hey, apologize to everyone right now.
Yeah, and instead he's like, it's really funny to shit in someone's bathroom. And they're like, oh my God, Phil, no, it's not. And he's like, whatever, I'm out, fuck all of you, bye. And he hangs up. And that's the last anyone ever saw of Phil.
Oh,
and then I literally was like, oh, what's going to happen to his friendships? Like, what about when they see each other back in the city?
They don't
but, like,
have friends.
I'm not sure they ever saw each other back in the city, so I think it doesn't matter at all.
Which is why I think he, like, really didn't give a fuck when he came into this house.
Yeah.
He had no repercussions for, like, when he leaves. And then with Mariah, she only has friends with Jasmine, so it's kind of similar. Like, I realized that this group was set up very poorly on who was going to share a house.
They're not all friends. That's the problem. And I get normal Summer House kind of started like that too, though, right? Like
they all knew each other. Carl was the only one who I think was new. Yeah, but I think he was the only one.
That's true. You're right. It was just Carl.
Everybody else like actually was friends at the start, and now they bring in people like randos, but. I still think you meet each other before the house. I think they actually meet each other, but they force people to say, oh my God, hi, it's so nice to meet you on camera.
Yeah, this was a little rough. So we're down to Phil and a Mariah. But don't worry, they bring in like 1 million more people. So this house is still fucking full all the time.
I peeked a look at the next episode's name, and it says new roommate or something.
What? Stop bringing in people. I cannot keep them straight.
I'm exhausted. And we already know Simon's coming from the preview. Like,
I'm tired. I'm like just tired. So it's 12:14 p.m. We're going to do field day. We're going to get some drinks. We're going to exercise. They talk about how Amir is always doing like weird stuff around the house. And then he goes, oh, like putting dog shit in with towels. And I was like, oh my God, no.
Amir.
I am so mad at him.
Right?
I love him.
Why did he say anything?
You got my girl Mariah kicked out. You put her in a position to get kicked out of this house, and you're just like dropping this like you're telling me the weather?
You didn't say anything.
Take
and
that
then
to
he's
the
like,
grave.
He was like, I tried to speak up, and you just see him like point his finger in the air, and then just decide, no, never mind.
Listen, I don't mind that he didn't say anything, but he should never say anything. This should be an interview comment months later being like, yeah, that was me.
That was me.
And where's the surveillance footage of him doing it? Like, come on.
Agreed. So they get ready for field day. Alex does affirmations and meditation. Are you laughing because it was cringe to watch?
It was.
My only thing is there was it wasn't like an overhead like planted camera. There was clearly a cameraman behind him as he's like doing his affirmations in the mirror. And I was like, just how awkward for everyone involved in this scene.
I don't think affirmations are weird. It was just a weird catching it on camera, and the fact that they like mentioned it and like made it a thing on the show. I'm just like, we didn't need this. This like was just dropped here. I feel like to make Alex look bad. There's a few dropping moments where they keep adding little clips of him doing kind of weird stuff where it just was unnecessary.
They hate Alex. Yes. For sure. Okay, so Shanice tells Alex as they're leaving for field day that he's so chill and she wants to see him mad. She's like, "You're so chill. I feel like you never get mad." And he's like, "Well, if you want to see me get mad, like you keep doing you because you don't know personal space. You kept grabbing me." And I was like, "What?" And so then they show her at dinner, like kind of grabbing his hand in his arm. Yeah. And I was like, I think she was just drunk touching a little.
And if that, that would bother me if somebody was doing that to me at the dinner, but I would look at them and be like, "Stop touching me," in the moment.
Yeah. Just be like, "Your hands are sticky. Stop touching me," or something rando.
A thing, like she doesn't.
Because he called her out the next day in front of everyone.
Yeah, and he said you have no personal boundaries. You sitting at a table together, and you're the person next to her,
next to each other.
She wasn't like all up in your grill at the club.
Yeah, that was kind of my thing. Also, I feel like if this did happen to me, right? Like if someone was like touching me or whatever and I didn't like it, I wouldn't bring it up the next day. I wouldn't be like, "You kept touching me last night." Like that. If anything, I would be like, I don't know.
It takes a lot for me to say something, and I am a big do not touch me person.
This was wild. Also, Alex is like, I feel like he's into Shanice, like physically, but he says he's hesitant to get to know her because he's heard and seen a lot of things about her, but that's none of his business.
But that confuses me because last night he was into her too. So what has changed in the one night? Yeah. Where honestly a lot happened last night, but nothing with Shanice and Alex. Like,
agreed.
What went on?
I know. I feel you.
This is random.
And then Shanice is like, "What the fuck? Are you scared of me? Like, what's
I like
what's
her
happening?"
being like, I forget what she said her weight was,
she's
and it doesn't matter.
5'7" and like 120 pounds.
Yeah, she's like, "Why are you scared of me? What am I going to do to you?" Which I don't think personal boundaries have anything to do with people's height, weight, how scared they are. But she was not being really that intrusive to him.
No. Okay, so car ride on the way to field day. In the girls' car, Shanice is like, "Oh my God, can you guys believe Alex like confronted me saying I don't give him personal space?" And Jordan's like, "You should have confronted him in that moment because now it's festering and you're gonna have to confront him at the beach." Period.
It makes it weird to like do a second confrontation about this stupid topic.
And then the boys' car, Amir is saying that he saw Shanice's boobs last night, and Amir's like, "They're really great, but I'm into Jordan." And everyone in the car is basically attracted to Jordan, except Alex is an intellectual man, so he's not attracted to bodies, he's attracted to minds. And Nick says he needs an erudite or a sapiosexual, and I don't know what either of those things are because erudite, I know nothing.
I only know because I love the movie Divergent. And that's the smart people. Yes.
I love the movie Divergent.
Is it like a fake thing then? Erudite?
No, it's a real word. It's a real word. It just was the name of the group that were the smart people in Divergent.
I did not even think of that. I thought of Greek mythology.
I immediately thought of Janine, whatever her name is, the head of Erudite.
Everyone watch the Divergent series and read the books. They're so good.
They are.
Okay, yeah. So then Nick says he's actually not into Jordan because they have a brother-sister vibe, and everyone calls him out on his bullshit because Nick's in the DMs.
Yes.
Period.
Nick is so creepy.
He's so weird, right? He makes me so fucking uncomfortable.
Doing it, I just found like, I'll say like top level creepy, like not super creep, could live in a house with him, whatever. But him like saying he's not into her and like trying to say he's brother sister with this girl, I'm like, this is getting weirder. Like you're building a case of why you're not weird right now.
Do you not think the vibe he gives off though is like creeper vibes?
Yes.
Like, this man
would shows I worry like, oh, is it just like the versions of him we're seeing? So I try not to like.
No.
I want to be best friends with this guy, but
when I tell you that when I wake up in the middle of the night and I have sleep paralysis, Nick is standing over my bed. No. This is the man I see.
No, Nick is sitting at home in your DMs.
Even worse. This man.
That's what's so weird about him.
Yeah, he's like only. Weird.
Yeah, he's only an internet guy. He'll never do anything in real life, and that's
Silas
weird.
says he never shoots a shot.
Yeah.
The worst people.
That's almost like middle school when I would like be flirting with guys over text, then we'd like ignore each other in the hallway.
Or like over Facebook if you like knew someone like through someone else, but you're too scared to get their number or something.
Also, and that's what he does.
Yes. Mm-hmm. He's the type too that a girl would be like, you slid in my DMs, and he'd be like, no, I didn't. And then she would show him, and he'd be like, that wasn't me. Like, he's that dude. He's that.
He's the guy. Also, he's the guy that's like very like, oh well, I technically only sent a fire emoji. I didn't say you're so hot. It's like, it's not about the technicalities, dude.
This man is so
literally
weird.
just the act of DMing. It's weird.
I didn't think it was so calculated until we get towards the end of the episode. I just was like, oh my god, he's doing it to so many women. He's using the 6 emojis Instagram gives him.
He's so
like
weird.
He's got to do this to every girl's story, so he's like flipping through them fast.
So Alex does think that Nick is keeping a secret from us. Being intellectually dishonest is what they call it. Great.
I can't with that diss.
I love Alex. I stand him.
I do too. He's great. I know they're trolling him so hard.
But I don't like that he won't tell us what the secret is. He knows this. Alex knows the secret, and he won't say anything.
That's his dude.
I like the way that he's gonna... No, he's like dropping crumbs for production to pick up, but he's never actually going to get the blame. It's genius.
No, but that's
like something's
in
going
interviews.
on.
Like he's doing that in interviews, and I'm like, well, everybody's watched this show by now, like this episode, but like we find out the thing anyways in this episode.
Yeah.
Don't do that to me in your interviews. Come on.
It's 3:29 p.m. We're at Adult Field Day. Although they're struggling to even put up an umbrella, so we'll see how it goes. Nick and Alex go on a quick walk because Nick is very upset that people keep asking him about who he's into. And then while they're gone, everyone tells Shanice that she needs to talk to Alex, but Shanice is very non-confrontational. So we are welcome to Inqua Beach. It's a safe haven for Black people for many years who were able to afford to come to Martha's Vineyard. And we learned that white people saw the melanated skin color of Black people and said their skin looks like ink, and that's where the name came from.
I love this history lesson.
I do too.
I like the tidbits we constantly get about the area, because I don't know if I will ever be on Martha's Vineyard to like learn this stuff myself. Like it opens up this whole world to the public in such a cool way.
Agreed. And Amir didn't know either, because Texas does not have Black history books.
The state of Austin.
Period. The state of Austin really struggles with their Black history. Especially, I'm sure, I can't imagine anywhere in the state of Austin is reporting on Martha's Vineyard. Like, that is just such a small area.
It's such a niche thing that, like...
Yeah, it's super niche.
I'll give the history books on, like, a point for this one. They're not going to report on this stuff.
No, absolutely not.
But, you know, like, why would you know to look into this? Like, it makes me want to go even research on my own, like, finding out these little tidbits in this, you know, rich history.
This was so interesting. Okay, so, it's Adult Field Day. We got captains Nick and Jordan. And I'm going to go through each team, and I wrote down all, like, the fun little things that Bravo gave us. So, on Nick's team, we have Amir, 5'7", from Austin, Texas. He doesn't skip leg day.
They flipped it.
Oh, you're right, Texas, Austin.
Did they? Oh, that's funny.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
Meredith flipped it. Meredith just flipped it.
Shocked to learn that he's 5'7".
Yeah, 5'7", but, like, doesn't skip leg day, so...
No, and really makes his whole, like, you'll see what this little ass can do to that big ass, like, that moment, it really puts into perspective, and I'm like, I love you even more. You're my favorite.
Yeah. Alex is 6'5", from Cincinnati, Ohio, and he knows 72 yoga poses.
I just really think they're trolling Alex so hard.
So bad. Bria from Calabasas, California, which that makes a lot of sense. I did not know Bria. Bria gives California girl.
I didn't either. I kind of wish we got these title slides at the beginning of the show.
Agreed. And Bria has run in a horror movie. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's amazing. And then Jasmine, who's picked last at 5'7", from Atlanta, Georgia, was happy to be picked before Milo. So the bar is low.
So sad.
And then Jordan's team is Shanice, 5'7", from Sussex Falls, South Dakota. She can shotgun a beer in 10 seconds. That's my type of bitch.
Damn, girly.
Then we have Silas, 6 foot, from Monrovia, Liberia, and can bench press a mirror. And then we have
What a good troll.
We have Preston, 5'10", from Dayton, Ohio, and he gets Charlie horses while sitting down. So we got our teams.
That describes, I feel like, Preston so well in the exact persona.
Same. Yeah, I was
in my
same
mind.
though. I get it. So we first played tug of war. Bria sits out, and I thought the blue team had it, but it ends up being the red team, which is Nick's team. They win. Then we have a 3-legged race. The blue team, Jordan's team, got disqualified, so red wins. Then we played Dizzy Bat, which I was finally like a fucking game that I'm on board with. Amir shows people how to play. He spins 5 times and he immediately falls over.
This is like why I never want to be the first person to do something.
Never.
I don't want to embarrass myself. I'm happy to be second or third embarrassed as long as somebody else is being laughed at first.
For sure. Yeah. So basically you spin around a bat, you hit the ball, and then you flip a cup, and you're timed. So when Alex goes, the producers are super shady because they show how far apart Alex and Shanice are standing to show that they both have personal space.
So good.
Also, he sucks at flip cup. It takes him 19 tries.
Okay, did you notice that those cups were double stacked too?
Yes.
But it really irked me.
As someone who's really good at flip cup, I could get it in one. I have no questions.
If you don't, me and my sister are very competitive at flip cup. If you don't, we're screaming bloody murder at you.
Same. You should get it in one. This is past college, you guys. Come on. Figure it out. Okay, and then blue wins Dizzy Bat. And then the last game is basically when you like stand or you sit in a line and then you pour water blindfolded to the person behind you, and then they do the same until they get to the last one.
See, I really like it when
so fun.
That was great.
I wanted it where the cups are different sizes, though, so you know the people are going to get soaked. I see this all the time on TikTok.
Oh, you want like it to get littler, and I like that. So Alex tries to talk to Shanice when she's like sitting, and she literally goes, "Excuse me, personal space."
Dead. Because the thing is, that's a rule that goes both ways. Like, you can't yell at me for touching your hand at dinner, and then once you come over and tap my shoulder and talk to me.
You breathe into my face? You can't breathe in my face.
We're done. 5 feet at all times.
So, Jordan's team wins that one. Or no. Sorry, they tie.
I was gonna say.
Nick and Jordan decide that, they end in a tie. Hooray. And Amir thinks that's just Nick hitting on Jordan.
Which...
it is.
I feel like it's not wrong.
He's right. So then Amir shoots a video of himself running shirtless on the beach, but then he steps on a shell and hurts himself.
Oh, he's just like a sweet baby angel that I'm like, anything he does, I'm like, oh, you poor guy.
So funny.
But he just seems like he's like a little bit helpless at everything.
Yeah, like a little bit, which makes it hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
So then Amir invites Jordan to walk to the water because he's got his dating playbook, okay, which is keep flirting and make it discreet. So you never stop, but you never let them know. And so
when
Jordan,
it's edited all together, it doesn't make it look discreet, though.
No, it looks awful. We find out that Jordan sleeps with socks on so she doesn't get sick. I have heard this old wives' tale. You never want your feet cold. But surprisingly, that doesn't give Amir the ick, even though he is disgusted by this information. And then Jordan doesn't want to go back to the group. She wants to keep talking to Amir. So
I like seeing her interested in him, too.
I do too. I love this. So then Bria tells Shanice that Shanice has to talk to Alex. Like at this point, just do it. Mm-hmm. And so Shanice doesn't want to, but then Bria goes, "Hey Alex, Shanice needs to talk to you." And so now it has to happen. So Shanice is terrible at this. She's so awkward. She walks over and she won't shut up. She is so weird. To do my best impression, she was like, "Hey Alex, this morning you told me that Ida wasn't in your personal space." And I was like, haha, what are you talking about? And then it ate away at me, but I was like, haha, maybe he's joking. And then I made some comments and now we're here and like it's awkward, you know what I mean?
But Alex makes it weird too, because then he doesn't say anything. He goes,
yeah. And so he says in his interview, he can tell Shanice is a sweet person. But last night, an article about her was sent to him. And man, did I go down a fucking rabbit hole with this. Because
did you find it?
Yes, of course I found it.
Oh,
so the
Alicia,
article is titled
Ready?
The article is titled "Insecure Actor Shares His Crazy Breakup Experience with Ex-Girlfriend Shanice Jordan, Who is Stalking Him." Now, I don't know
Wait
about
a minute.
you, but
That's a diss to the actor. He was
know who the actor is?
The show Insecure.
Oh,
on
wait,
HBO.
wait,
they
who
were
then?
describing him.
I thought so too until so I read it once and I went weird, and then I reread it and went, oh my god, I love the show Insecure. So I go find
I've never
this actor.
heard of it.
I know who the actor. Well, I mean, he was only in 4 episodes of Insecure. Insecure is one of the greatest TV shows of all time. It's on Netflix and HBO Max. Everyone, please go watch it.
Wait, I do not recognize him. I watched
this show when I'm sad, and it makes me happy instantly. I love it so much. But anyway, so I do know who he is. He was like fine on the show, but like I said, he was only in 4 episodes, and if that's his biggest like flex is he's the Insecure actor, rough. Anyway,
what was his storyline on it though? Sorry, not to take us too down Insecure.
He was one of the main girl's boyfriends for a little bit, or like dated her for a little bit.
Oh, I do not
He wasn't really
him.
important. But
clearly not good enough.
I obviously fall down the rabbit hole, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And so I found the screenshots of literally everything. I'm not going to read it because it is a lot of fucking stuff. But his name is Norman Towns. He is an actor. I don't think he's like that great, but he did work with HBO. So I took a screenshot of what he initially said, and it is he put it on his Instagram.
This is on his
story.
Instagram, right?
Yeah, he put all this
chain of
on
command
his
is
Instagram.
he put it on his Instagram. A blog picked it up.
Yes,
this is what that article is.
So he says, I was dating a woman named Shanice, Miss Shanice Jordan. That's like her Instagram, Miss Shanice Jordan.
Oh my god, he literally puts her so on blast.
Mm-hmm. And I broke it off for reasons I'll keep private out of respect for her. But it just didn't work out, unfortunately. She hasn't taken our breakup well and has been harassing me to the point I don't know what to do. I blocked her on all socials and had to change my number. She has sent explicit pictures of us to people and companies I'm working with, sleeping outside my house, making fake accounts in my name, applying for random jobs as me, sending food to my door constantly, and filled my emails with messages every day. If any of my followers have been through something similar with a man or a woman and have helpful advice, I would love some. The police haven't been helpful. Thanks in advance. This is deep.
He's food to my door.
So he then posts, I don't have all of it, but he starts posting all these screenshots of her name in his inbox, like unblock me, unblock, like in his email. Like, what are you doing? Unblock me. I'm going to make an OnlyFans with all of our pics. I'm going to like send them to HBO. You think I'm crazy? I could be crazier. Then his inbox for his text messages is basically like a bunch of unknown numbers just going, unblock me, unblock me, unblock me, unblock me, unblock me.
Oh my
God. Domino's emails that's like, your Domino's pizza has been delivered. Because she's ordering food.
I wouldn't be mad about the food. Like,
at least she's like giving you something for his efforts.
Could send me food at any time. I'll happily tell them my address for that.
There was a lot. And so at first I'm like, oh my God, she's literally insane. But then I was like, why would he post like that? The thing he wrote was kind of weird, where he's like, I'm not going to get into it out of respect for her, but here are all the things she's fucking doing. I found that
weird. Like
I'm trying to be the
this
good
piece
guy.
of information out of respect, but I'm going to put her on blast.
And then my other thing is, he's like, if any of my followers have been through that, can you let me know? And I was like, what? And then
this
he's like,
would make more sense to me if he didn't tag her or like say who she was and was like, hey, I'm dealing with this. Does anybody know what to do? Then I would be like, okay, I understand that you actually are looking for help here.
Yes. So then also he's like, the police like have not been helpful, which I was like, I feel like if she's sleeping outside your house, the police might be a little helpful with that. Like if you had the issue, but there's also this thing he posts where she was hooking up, like she was texting other people to hook up while she was with him. So then I was like, is he jealous that she was like trying to hook up with other people and cheat on him? So I don't know. And then I watched Shanice talk about it, and I was like, I don't know the full fucking story.
Bria said it was a toxic relationship. I think they're both crazy, but I believe that some of the things he's alleging are true.
Yes. I think she slept outside his house and sent him Domino's. Don't think I didn't.
Oh, the food I for sure believe.
So, the producers asked Shanice, like, what happened with your ex? And Bria says it was a toxic relationship. Shanice says they were together for a year and he's an up-and-coming actor and he's coming up with lies and putting it on his Instagram story. And Jasmine says when Shanice broke up with him, she thinks he wanted revenge. And then Shanice said she did do some of it. She called him a few times.
Her being like, okay, some of it is true.
Yeah, she called him. And he tried to press charges, but they wouldn't give him a restraining order because he was still texting her back.
The fact that she added why they wouldn't give the restraining order is hilarious because he still was communicating with her. So they were like, sorry, no.
I wouldn't date Norman or Shanice. Like, point blank, period. Both of them sound fucking
I want them
insane.
to stay this current appropriate amount of distance we have out of like, I watch a show you're on.
But I do think I do also think she sent explicit photos and videos to HBO.
1,000% true. Love that.
100%.
I really
so
love
crazy.
that anecdote.
It's awesome crazy. Okay, so.
Don't do it. I don't live it in that way. I just love the story of it.
Yeah, this was fantastic.
Don't actually revenge porn.
So Shanice is just going to leave Alex alone and give him his space, but they're good. But Alex is just going to keep her at, an arm and a leg's length away.
Yeah,
the way he goes like, this just isn't the energy I need. It's like, none of us.
No, that's
crazy. This makes me sad because like Alex was like into her. Yeah. And I can imagine a boy I'm interested in that I randomly find this information out about. And I live in a house with them.
Oh my God. She's going to kill him. She's going to kill him. Okay, but so we all leave and pack up before the geese attack us. So now it's 6:53 p.m. We're having steak tonight. Amir is in the kitchen working on the steak and the potatoes and all that. But Preston's going to make the mac and cheese. And Amir asks Preston if he does breadcrumbs on his mac and cheese. And Preston's like, no, I'm black. And then Amir goes, what about crackers? And Preston's like, are you fucking kidding me?
I thought this was so funny because I had no idea about this.
I don't put breadcrumbs on my homemade mac and cheese.
I don't either, but I'm like, I'm good if they're on there. Like, you can put them on there.
The breadcrumbs just let you know that the actual mac and cheese is not that good.
Preston being like, I don't have enough time to make some bechamel sauce. I was like, oh, I want this mac and cheese.
So good. It looks so good. But yeah, so Preston says that breadcrumbs on mac and cheese is a surefire way to not be invited to a black home ever again.
Now
black
I'm wondering,
culture, everyone.
Has
this made me so sad for Amir because
has Amir ever brought this? Did he bring this to a black like cookout and like everybody's like, don't invite that guy back again? And now he's like,
this is why he has no black friends.
Yeah, no,
he's bringing the wrong mac and cheese.
Crackers. He showed up with crackers on the mac and cheese, and they were like, get
I
out.
It's hilarious that he went from breadcrumbs to, do you do crackers then? Like, that is a step down in every, no matter, every culture, that's a step down. It was
so cute, but I was like, crackers is weird. I don't do that. Okay, so Amir says his mom made Velveeta shells, and Preston literally almost dies.
Preston's like, shut the fuck up.
On the spot. So, growing up, Amir said he was really picky. So his mom enrolled him in culinary cooking camps, and now he can cook. And now I'm pissed at my parents for not doing this to me because I wish I could cook.
I think this is a really good solution to a picky kid.
This is amazing.
And I want a boy who knows how to cook. So
same. I want to date Amir.
Where are other parents who did this?
Immediately, I'm interested. Okay, Preston and Jordan, or not Preston, sorry. Amir and Jordan are flirting a little bit, and Preston's watching. Preston's like, look at what the attention is. So then we have family meal. Meal looks so good. I got so hungry. I ate literally a sandwich for dinner last night while watching
this. Where like people pitch in on making dinner, and everybody sits down together. Yes. So cute.
This was so great. So everyone makes fun of Silas because all he does is yell out, baby, all day long at Jordan. And they're like, we're going to make fun of you about it because it's stupid. But thank you so much. Then they're all sitting down and Jasmine's like, hey, you guys should do a guys' night because we want to do a girls' night. And then they're like, what's guys' night? And then the guys are like, no, it's girls' night. And so Jordan says, we won't stay out till 3 a.m., right, Silas?
We'll be
Haha,
good.
we're gonna laugh about it. And then Jasmine's like, we're gonna go to the club because we know how to work in a club. And Jasmine also wants free drinks.
Hell
and that's
yeah.
when Silas is like, no, you have to pay for your drinks.
He's like, excuse me? What do you think free drinks?
I'm very upset. This man has no concept of $1. Okay, a free drink is a free drink. I don't care who it comes from.
Well, honestly, what bothers me more is that he says, like, she shouldn't be accepting free drinks because of what that, like, means or what that is insinuating to the guy.
It's a free invitation.
Is perpetuating that buying somebody a drink means you owe them something. And I hate that.
Let's start there. Yeah, he says it's a free drinks are an invitation. No, the invitation is if I give you an invitation. Let's start there.
That's like one step away from the whole like
bought?
Yeah, it's like a step away from the whole like, oh, well, what was she wearing?
Yes.
It's like it's all the same mindset. It's very creepy. It's like I'm not responsible for what this man thinks. Yeah.
You accepting that drink was asking for it.
That's fucking crazy. And you know what? It's a compliment if someone buys your girl a drink because A, that means she looks good, and B, that means that it doesn't come out of your pockets for that free drink. You know what I will say?
It's an invitation and and by this I mean an opener to like talk to someone, but it does not mean that any action or anything that they are like they owe you even a conversation. I think it's an opening to something, and if you don't want your girl like talking to other guys like that, and like you just think it's a sign of disrespect, they're like talking, and you're like, well, this could lead to that. Like they think that it's an invitation. That's how you have that conversation. Is they think it's an invitation, and I want you to, be confident enough to shut down conversations like that with people like that. That's how that conversation should go.
She's probably wearing her wedding ring, so if this man still wants to buy her a drink, he knows. He sees it.
I can also take the drink and turn around, bitch.
Yeah, bye.
This is just like such a red flag.
Like, when I tell you Silas is such I can't stomach him. I'm like, I'm gonna lose my mind on him. Anyway, so Jasmine says that these boys are just intimidated and hopefully they'll have a good time on their own. And then Silas in his interview is like, Jasmine and I got together at the pandemic, so I'm not used to her having friends. So it's a different Jasmine, and I don't like it. And I was like, red flag that you aren't with her friends.
Also, Silas just like feeling like intimidated by her having friendships really freaks me out. Yeah.
I understand that you probably knew her differently in the pandemic to now, and so you're learning about her, and so there's going to be some growing pains. But these are more than just growing pains. This is like an ideology that is really concerning.
This is crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like trying to wrap up this like misogynistic ideology and being like, I'm just looking out for you.
Horrible.
Like, you just need to know what guys are thinking. And it's like, no, this is problematic.
Yeah, Shanice is not helping. She's like, Jasmine.
I love Shanice in this movie.
There's always that one friend.
This would be me. Jasmine gets drunk when she goes out. Why are you so mad, Silas?
And even the other guys are like, Shanice, you're not helping.
Like they're digging her a bigger hole.
This misogynistic asshole is not going to let his wife leave, Shanice. Shut up. We got to get her away from him.
Yeah. You're supposed to be like, no, we're just going to go for one drink and that's it.
And we'll pay for it. And then you don't come home until 4 a.m. just to go, fuck
with
you.
all the money in your wallet.
Yeah. You actually made money. They paid you to buy you a drink. And you were like, of course. So it's 10:56 p.m. Silas is so mad because Jasmine gets drunk and has fun. And Shanice is like, did you know one time Jasmine passed out at work because she was so drunk?
Oh, first off, I hate when some people are those people that always have to tell your most embarrassing story because they have nothing else to talk about. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh my God. It's fun to reminisce about things, but this isn't the group. We're already in a hole. Why are we adding a whole tank of gasoline to this fire by being like, oh, you want to hear the one time she really fucked her life up?
However, Jasmine wasn't mad, so we can't be mad either.
I would be mad if I were Jasmine.
She's not
Even
mad.
Even if my husband wasn't. I'm like, I feel like you're trying to embarrass me.
No, I think this is fun.
I just like really can't tell what Shanice's game plan is. Like I can't tell if she knows that she's stirring the pot or if she's just like talking a talk.
I think she's trying to rile up Silas. Sorry.
Silas.
I don't know. I don't see anything she does like connecting. I just feel like she just like says whatever's on her mind, does whatever she wants.
I agree with
she's
Sarah.
trying to rile him up.
I don't think there's much thought, but I think she enjoys getting a rise out of him. But I don't think she's
having fun.
really thoughtful about it.
But we get the story. So Jasmine and Shanice went to a party in Brooklyn before their job in Manhattan. And then they went to another party. And by the time they got to work, it was hard to work. And Jasmine fell asleep at the club on Shanice's shoulder. But then Jasmine says Shanice was the one that got sent home. And Jasmine got to stay because she doesn't play around when it comes to money. And then they got fired.
Which.
Also, dedication.
I'm not gonna say that this is the reason that Jasmine maybe lived in her car for a year, but this isn't the best employee moment. That this doesn't give me confidence on maybe why she got kicked out of her apartment.
But as a party girl, to go from Brooklyn to Manhattan for a party is fucking exhausting. This is amazing. Good for them. I'm so proud of them for doing that.
I've never worked in nightlife though to be able to like go to work drunk. Mine would have to be like, oh, I'm still drunk from the night before, but I've never intentionally like gone to work drunk.
Agreed.
I never could.
Yeah. It'd be wild if you went to work before your 9 to 5.
I kind of want to now.
You'd have to be up at like 5. Like,
that's the
ready
thing.
to drink.
Like, no, I don't wake up in the 5s.
So Silas is all mad, and Jasmine goes to bed. She's like, I'm done with this man. And Silas goes after her. And then
calling for her and her not answering. I loved.
Baby, what's wrong, baby?
So bad. It's the worst. Okay, so the girls then asked Preston what Silas was like before Jasmine. And Preston's like, there's not much of a difference. He's always kind of been like this. And the girls are like, really? Because Jasmine's really different. Because pre-pandemic Jasmine was like fun and shit. You know.
I would be sad if I'll say found you in a relationship like this.
Where I changed completely. Wouldn't that be kind of sad?
Where like the pandemic happened, so I wasn't with you guys in like your budding relationship, and then you got married, and then I see it. I'm like, well, you're kind of a little too in deep here. Like, what am I supposed to do? Break up your marriage?
He like kind of sucks. Yeah.
I like that Jasmine doesn't like play into it and like apologize or do all these things. That's the only thing that gives me confidence here.
So he goes after her. And she's basically like, look, I need to chillax. And she goes to the truth booth and she films her confessional. And she's basically like, look, marriage is bittersweet. And I was like, it's rough. You just got married and already you're like, it kind of sucks.
Like 3 months ago just got married.
Yeah. And she says she's exhausted because to imagine herself doing this decade after decade is exhausting to her.
Such a problem.
Someone get her out. Someone get her out of this.
I feel like people who get married, as someone who's not married, never been married, let me have a judgment on marriages. I feel like people don't talk enough before they get married about the things that matter. You just hope for the best or think you're aligned. This is like you going out with friends. This is something I want to be aligned on. Like, I'm going to do my own thing. Mm-hmm. We can talk about boundaries, like what we agree with, what we don't. But like, I'm going out with my friends after I'm married. Like, come on.
Not even like going out with friends, but just like, hey, you're not going to give me rules that I'm suddenly going to need to follow.
Yeah, you can't.
Like, you can't give me a curfew. You can't tell me like who I can and cannot hang out with. Like, that is a problem. Yeah,
you can tell me if like I'm a talkative person. I'll talk to anybody. So like, if my partner told me like, hey, it does kind of rub me the wrong way. It makes me nervous. Like you talking to every guy, like a bunch of guys in the bar. I would understand that. And so it's like, okay, like I need to be more respectful and thoughtful about how my actions affect them. But you're not going to tell me that I'm going to cut it off. I'm going to choose to cut it off because I care about you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's giving Jonah Hill energy. Like his boundaries.
I'm not dying on this Jonah Hill.
No, absolutely not. Fuck this. Get out of this marriage.
Oh, yeah. Get
out of this
using
marriage.
The word boundary as if like you get to put a boundary on someone else.
Yeah, fuck you. Get lost. Bye. So back to like the fun part of this group because Silas is certainly not the fucking fun part.
No.
Preston says that, you know, he doesn't really get like the heterosexual core dynamics of a relationship because he's never felt the need to be like protected by a man, you know, because it's like not who he dates. But he has heard that, you know, some women do want their man to protect them. And Amir says in Texas, like it's expected that you protect.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I myself come from like pretty much Chicago, so like a city, a liberal city, where I would want you to protect me if I'm in real danger, but please don't protect me at the club if some dude's buying me a free drink. Like, I got it.
Well, I'm at the club alone. Like, I'm good in that state.
No need to text and make sure I'm protected. I got it.
I think like there's a way to be chivalrous and like have that. I'm gonna say Texas mentality that Amir is talking about in this moment of like let me, do things for you. Let me open the door for you. It's like when it's sweet and it's an add to your life, but the minute it detracts from your life is when it's not being, in my opinion, protective of you. It's being controlling.
Yeah. He even mentioned like when his girl gets catcalled. I don't understand it.
If I have a fucking choice.
Listen, I get catcalled constantly in New York,
yeah,
especially here's the thing I was gonna say. It's not when I look hot, it's when I'm literally like going to the grocery store and I look like trash and I get catcalled by the weirdest of men. So it's not a compliment. But I wouldn't want my boyfriend to stop and start confronting this man. I'd be like, just ignore it. Like it's not, it takes more effort for you to make a scene than it does for me to just walk away. Like, I'm unbothered by it.
And when you make a scene,
escalate it.
Yeah. You escalate it.
And that's so scary. Yeah.
And I don't know what's going to happen. What if they start fighting you? What if they pull out a weapon? What if, like you get in a fight? Like, then I can't help you. Because I'm not going to get involved.
I'm rubber, you're glue. Like, that comment's going to bounce right off me. But if you confront it, then now we have added it into our day. Like, you're just making it stay here, and I don't want that.
Yes, there's a fine line between like protecting and controlling. Like, there's
if you're protecting me, you would ask me, "Are you okay?
Are you unsafe right now?"
Yeah, like, do you ask me what I want in this situation because it's about me.
Yeah, agreed. So, then they asked Nick about his dating life, and he says he prefers black women, but he's seeing someone in New York, and everyone's like,
"Wait.
What?
What did I miss here?
Is she a white woman? Like, the way it was cut felt weird that he's I like black women, but I'm dating someone. And I was like...
He made this a weird secret.
It was a weird
segue.
It was a weird sentence.
All of Nick is weird.
And the fact that fact that Alex in the interview, going back to that interview, wouldn't say the comment made me think that this secret was going to stay majority of the season not told.
Yeah. It went
like we would find out he has a secret and then hear the secret in the same episode. Yeah.
Like in Alex's interviews, they were probably saying like we got to prep for the secret, so you got to give some commentary about the secret not being talked about, and then we can talk about the secret because we're going to edit it that way. And it's like, why are we keeping this a secret?
Who cares?
Like, this isn't even a good secret.
It seems pointless. Anyway, this is his girlfriend, so.
Hooray. And give me a picture, Bravo. Come on,
I would be livid
context.
if I were his girlfriend.
Yeah, because
finding all this out.
Yeah, I bet there's no picture because they're not together, and she didn't sign off on that.
Yeah,
fair.
And as Bria and Jordan say, if you have a girlfriend, why are you sliding into everyone's DMs, sending fire emojis, telling people you're gonna marry them when you haven't even met them? Get out of the DMs. That is cheating. That is horrible and creepy and rude to your girlfriend.
That would bother me. If it were just like a few hearts being like, oh, because you can like explain it away. Like,
maybe
I just
to your
love
friend.
that.
To your friend, maybe.
Agreed.
Like, but if he had done the house and then slid in the DMs, like with fire emojis, I'd be like, oh, it's just Nick, my friend.
You're hyping up your friends.
Fine.
But yeah, you're right. They hadn't met, and it's like, it's all of it. It's constantly.
Literally, he's like, Shanice, I'm going to marry you. And she's like, do I know you? And he's like, not yet. He's going to show up at my house and kill me. This man.
After saying, I'm going to marry you. Like.
This man is so weird. His girlfriend did not sign up for this show because they did not make it past this. She is so embarrassed by him.
Why wouldn't he bring her?
Yeah, what was like the discussion there when he was like, I'm going away for 2 weeks. Sorry, you can't come. I'm not going to tell people I have a girlfriend. What? In what universe would she be okay with this?
I hate Nick, and I hate
so
silence.
Weird.
Why why do these boys suck? We have 3 boys this episode who suck because Phil got kicked out.
I hate it.
I want to see these girls on a girls' night. They better give me that next episode because I need some good women are incredible energy.
I love if we cut to girls' night at the club. They're having a great time, dancing, looking hot, and then we cut to boys' night and it's like silent and they're all just drinking like whiskey at this like old people only's club.
Yes.
And they literally don't talk about anything.
I need it. Like karma.
Like Nick's on his phone in the DMs. That's how bored he is.
Jesus. Yeah, he's like stalking the girls' Instagram stories to see how much fun they're having.
Yeah.
Silas is paying for all the drinks. The girls are just getting them for free. Like,
Silas is actually in the hole.
No, you know what? As a friend of Jasmine's, I would be like, great, Silas, you can pay for everything.
Yes.
I will happily have you pay for everything.
Oh my God. I'd be like $100 each, please. Like, let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
So, next time on Martha's Vineyard, Jasmine's got a friend coming out. Alex is really feeling Summer, who's the friend, I think. And then we get another dude named Jason coming, and he intimidates men. And then Amir cries about family, and Simon's coming for a week. And Silas tries to tell Bria that Simon can't stay here anymore, even though he literally agreed to it like an episode ago. And then Bria and Silas goes at it, and she calls him controlling, which I'm about to be on Bria's team at this point. So... should we do fun, not fun?
New people? Wait, with the other 2 new people, did they just have these on the back burner ready to slide new people in?
Yeah, they were in, like, sequester.
Or were they gonna, like, just throw 1,000 people at us for this entire series?
Like, let's try Phil. And if Phil doesn't work, we'll use a different friend who we have quarantining in a hotel room right now.
They just quickly got us these new people that I'm like, what is going on?
We're down a boy and a girl. We need one of each. Show
they just
back
actually
at the
walked
house.
Martha's Vineyard being like, do you want to be on a show?
Jasmine's like, this is my new friend. What's your name?
I met her in the convenience store.
She's my bestie. Not like Mariah. Okay, I'm going to stick up for this girl this time.
Oh, yeah.
I got her back.
I know her from all the years I've been on Martha's Vineyard, aka last year.
Yep. We've been here 2 whole times, and I've met her both times.
I saw her once at the beach and didn't talk to her.
I forget her name every single time, but we reintroduced and really hit it off.
No, I named her Summer because that's when I met her.
Summer right now. That's the name of the show, right? It's Summer? Summer House?
And the guy's name is House.
It's awesome. Oh, I can't wait. So, should we do fun, not fun?
Let's do it.
Okay, who's your not fun?
It's hard to pick between the sucky boys, but I'm going to just go Phil because I'm so fucking annoyed with him.
Boo. I like Phil. I miss him.
I know, and that's another reason I picked him because I knew you were going to go with somebody else.
I'm going to go with Silas. Fucking obviously. I hate him. I fucking hate him.
Sarah, who's your not fun?
Sarah, would you like to go?
To round it out, I'll say Nick.
Nice.
I am over this. He's being weird. Thank you.
Thank God we're up to 3, so you can just really mix these boys.
I really wanted to block Nick, or what's this called? Not fun Nick too, but Silas
also I
really
block him. Yes, he's being
Silas
creepy in the
really
DMs.
gets like under my skin.
Legit block this man.
If I was Jasmine's friend, I would be fighting Silas constantly. Like I already.
I like
know
the way that
this
Jordan
guy.
keeps like kind of like mentioning to him, like egging him on.
Yes.
Yeah,
I want to see him crack. Okay,
Nothing makes me happier than putting a man in his place. Nothing.
Agree. By telling him something stupid. What was it? What were our insults? You look like you wear socks with sandals.
Oh my God.
Remember?
You look like you would only throw a football like 2 feet.
And then you just walk away. Goodbye, men. Such fragile egos.
You look like you have trouble finding the straw whenever you're drinking out of a cup.
Kristen Doty struggles with that.
Yes.
Okay, who's your fun? So many options.
Ooh. I'm going Amir. I think he's doing a really good job courting Jordan. I think his playbook is working. We're just getting a lot of it back to back, so it looks a little weird.
It looks weird.
But I realized when he was in the kitchen with her, flirting with her about the food, he was doing a really good job.
It was good. She asked him to smash her potatoes or something, and she was like, "Oh, that sounds dirty." And he was like, "Of course I will." And I was like, "Ooh."
And he was like defending people at the beginning with like Phil. Like he's being a great roommate.
He's great. I'm gonna go with Jasmine because as much as her husband sucks, she really stood there and said, "I'm gonna have a girls' night," and then she did not fucking play into his bullshit. She's like, "I'm gonna walk away right now. No sex for you on camera tonight." And she put together a great field day. She was a really good sport about being picked last, but I think she held her own in there. Though she sucked with Mariah, and I do believe justice for Mariah.
100%.
Whatever. If Mariah's not mad, I don't know if Mariah's mad. But if Mariah's not mad, I can't be mad, you know?
Can we get Mariah back for season 2, please?
Honestly, do you know how many people are like really pushing for that on Twitter? Like justice for Mariah. Now that it's been renewed.
Should I reinstate my Twitter just to be on this train?
Justice for Mariah, of course. Okay, Sarah, who's your fun?
My fun is Jordan. She has my heart. I love her standing up to both Silas and who got kicked off? Phil. I love the way that she was like, "Oh my God, you called me cute. You just made my life." Like, that was incredible. I want her energy all the time. I love that she also has like a budding romance going on. Like, she has got literally everything going for her right now.
That's so true.
She's a good friend. She's standing up to men, and she's got a romance. What more can I ask for?
I need them to kiss though. Like, this is a slow burn, and I need it to go a little quicker.
No, I love the slow burn.
I love it. I also love the slow burn where it's not like overtly sexual. I know they'll get there. It's only day 4.
2 weeks is not a lot of time, Meredith. Of course, it's slow burn.
Move it along. At least go on like a cute little date, like a solo lunch, like something.
With the writer's strike, I'm gonna give my idea for what I think should happen. In case the writers want to run with it. I think they should kiss as they're going, like in the last episode, to really
like a Disney movie.
Yeah, like a teen drama at the end of season 1.
Oh,
you're like, I can't wait for season 2.
But then a year later, we better get some like what happened in the off season, like clips of them on Instagram. I don't know what's going on with them because I won't look at their stuff, but our account does follow them, so I see a little bit. But I need like, oh, you're making me like want to write this whole storyline in this season's already happened.
I want them to have like a really beautiful kiss in the last episode, and then when they leave, they go in separate cars, but they do a little peck as they leave and be like, "See you in the city," and then they leave.
Give me at least a hookup the last night, and then they kiss goodbye.
No, I want one kiss. I want it so PG I could scream.
No, because she's celibate also, which we love.
Celibate.
You know, so we're never gonna get that far.
I'm not saying they have to like sleep together, but give me them in the same bed, like they're sleeping in the same bed the last night.
I want them to have pillow talk. You know, where they face each other and they're just like. This is what I miss. A lot of teen dramas.
Me too. I'm watching The Summer I Turned Pretty, and it's just making me a 14-year-old girl again.
I love it. Girl dinner. In case people don't know, girl dinner is when you're in your late 20s to early 30s and you watch shows about 14-year-olds and you eat dinner and you wish you were basically them, but you enjoy your life also.
Real meal. Girl dinner is like, I'm
potato chips.
A glass of wine and popcorn.
Yeah, it's like potato chips.
That was my dinner last night. Got it.
Girl dinner. Did you watch TV while you ate girl dinner?
Yes, we didn't watch teen dramas though.
That's okay.
My roommate made nachos. I had popcorn. Done.
That's it.
Girl
dinner. Okay, I think that's it. Do all the things. We will be back with episode 4 shortly. And thank you for joining. And welcome, Sarah. Great addition.
Thanks for joining, guys. Bye.
Bye.